Welcome to Big Cheese and the Greyhound, coming at you not live. I'm your host, the Greyhound, and to the right of me, the one and the only, the Big Cheese, Christopher Swinney. Are you shadow boxing?
What's going on, guys?
Howdy.
Yeah, it's a little shadow box entry. Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all.
We've got the American flag behind Zach. Some deer heads, some Alabama pictures behind me.
Yep.
We're
roll tide. Roll tide.
Rolling with the tide.
Yeah.
Started over. I hated it. Started
over. No, dude, I like it. I think it's good. I think it's good, dude.
All right, man.
I think it's good.
Just edit that part out.
Okay, yeah. Or we might leave it in. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So it is June. I'm trying to get the date right this time. It is June 19th, 2022.
June 19th.
Yeah. This is
Happy Father's
episode
Day
2.
to all the daddies out there.
Yeah. But you didn't wish me a happy Father's Day this morning, so I'm a little upset. But
yeah, man. Well, you just don't really give off that daddy vibe. You have gray hair, but it anyone could spot that it's premature.
I mean, yeah, it's a
everyone can spot the unnaturalness in it. I mean, we go to gas stations and most people ask me, is he 20 or is he 40? But see, that's where the deceptive that's where the deceptive style of that haircut comes in. And everyone thinks you spike it too. I want everyone listening to know that is not spiked hair, but in fact, that is a cowlick on Zach's head that he has naturally. Some people like it, but he naturally acquired that through birth. When he came out of the womb, he had spiked hair, and it has never been able to lay down. He used to try to make it lay down.
Yeah, like in middle school when I would like get out the shower with my hair wet and just put a hat on immediately. That was like the only way.
Yeah.
But then I realized I looked like a skateboard punk, and you know how I feel about skateboarders. So
what do you have against skateboarding? What is your beef with?
No, dude, I love skateboarding.
You sound like
I love skateboarding.
And that's what's deceiving. Also, like you have this gray hair, and you're like,
I sound like an old man.
Punk. Yeah, you sound like an old ass man.
I sound like I've been sitting on my front porch drinking sweet tea all day.
Yeah, drinking sweet tea. Maybe you blast you a Pall Mall or a Camel. Probably a Camel. And not the Crush kind. Those are for kids. You don't like that. You don't like the cool-looking, modern pack of Camel Crush menthols. You like the old classic.
It's got to be something hard, right?
Classic Camels. I mean, maybe a Marlboro, but it's not a light. It's not a light one.
No. It would have to be, and it'd have to be a 100. It couldn't be a square. Dude, it'd probably be a Marlboro.
No, you're talking about women now. Women smoke the long ones. No guys smoke the long ones.
No, dude.
No guys do that.
Dude, my dad. Well, dude, my dad has smoked my whole life, and he's a 100s guy.
Oh, 100s. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like Slims, Virginia.
No,
Slims
no, dude. No, I'm not talking about them. Yeah, not Virginia Slims, dude.
Yeah, because those are what my aunt smoked.
Trash.
Shout out to Wendy. Shout out to Aunt Wendy.
Bro, I'm pounding this coffee right now. Shout out to Great Value Donut Shop. It's the most
Great Value Donut Shop.
Is that right now?
Is that in Walmart, or where do you go for that?
Yeah, that's Walmart, dude. It's Walmart. I think there's like a name brand donut shop one, but I'm balling on a budget right now.
So you went to a Walmart and then the prices are high. Inflation's terrible. The president can't ride a bike, but I have to get this straight before we move on. You went to a Walmart, and then Walmart has like a coffee. It's like a Starbucks, but it's Walmart Starbucks. Am I hearing that right?
No, dude, it's like it's a K cup. Yeah, it's just like for a Keurig. That's all it is. I make it with a Keurig, and then I guess you can call him my uncle, a good family friend. He's got the bee thing going, so he's got me some all natural honey. And I put like a teaspoon of that honey in there, and it's pretty good. I recommend it.
Yeah, honey in the coffee is a good go-to.
Yeah, dude,
Been
it's great.
drinking decaf coffee.
So what's the point of decaf?
I
Like,
guess
I
it's
don't
kind
get
of
it.
like non-alcoholic beer.
That's
You
what I'm
don't
saying.
have right. So if you're
You're trying to fit
unhealthy and
in?
unwell, you're trying to, I'm trying to be a poser essentially. Just like when I
Okay.
try to skateboard, it does have health benefits to do that,
Yeah.
as does skateboarding. Health benefits. That's why I do all of that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like every time you hop on a skateboard, like your credit score goes down like 5 points, dude. I
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
doubt that. I haven't checked my credit in forever. Of course, I
Yeah.
haven't. I wasn't working for a while, and some people know that. But so that's one reason it's bad. The other reason probably being the skateboard. And I feel like every time you fall off the skateboard, you're already skateboarding, and then you fell, and that just makes it that much worse. Like not only are you skateboarding, but you're not even good at it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but everything takes time. Everything takes practice, just like jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
MMA. So
Yeah, dude. I
takes
know
time.
I know I give you a hard time about skateboarding, but I mean, I'm sure there's tons of funny jokes you can think of for the whole ground karate thing that I do. So
Oh, I've already heard them. I went to a little get together and they were talking about how many times in the last podcast we said, yeah, man, he really got on top of me and he really tapped me out and he really
oh
gave it to me.
yeah.
Gave it to me even when I
Dude.
was on top. So it was, yeah, I've already heard all those jokes. We hear your jokes. They're not funny. You get a life. Get a
They're
life.
not funny. Dude, so we
Not
gotta
funny, not
tell them.
laughing.
We have to tell the story. So me and Chris, we had probably been doing jujitsu for, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so. So we're fairly new, but we're at that stage where you kind of feel like you know a little something. So you're trying to just try stuff out, and you're just, I don't know. We were balls deep in it at the time, and we were just chilling at this time. I still lived with my parents. I was like 20 years old or whatever, and we were nobody was home, and we were just talking to jujitsu. One thing led to another, so we ended up trying to work some guard stuff.
Yeah.
Just in the living room floor, right? For those of you who don't know what guards, I mean, it's just if you were fighting off your back, right? You're fighting off your back, someone's on top of you, and your legs wrapped around them, which I know sounds very sexual, but
If
there
you
isn't
don't know
anything
what it
sexual
is,
about it.
just go Google it. I mean, for Christ,
Yeah,
just Google it and
yeah, dude.
learn this. If you don't know jujitsu, you're automatically you lose credit as well. You don't get any credit. Your credit score goes down,
Yeah,
and your ability to not die if attacked goes way down. So anyway,
yeah,
just Google that shit. Continue your story.
yeah. So I'm laying there. Me and Chris are just, we're on the floor. We're working some guard drills. I don't know. I think we were just doing like a triangle setup or something like that. Not that that matters. And just normal thing to us. Well, then my parents come home and they walk in the front door and they see us in the floor doing this. Now I had told my parents that like I'd been training jujitsu, but I'm assuming they thought I was just like karate chopping some wood or something. Because the look on their faces when they walked in there and saw me and my best friend in the floor with him on top of me and my legs wrapped around him. I mean, dude, they thought something a little.
Their faces are forever etched into my memory whenever that happened. They
Dude,
thought that we
they
were a
thought
lot more
something
than
was up.
best buddies. Yeah, they
They
thought
were
something was
worried.
going down.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
well,
definitely something
your
else.
parents
But
were just worried because only reason they were worried, it is Pride Month. They were only worried because not that they thought we were gay or something. They were worried because they were just like, oh no, like what if they get together and hope this ruins their friendship? That's what it was. It wasn't anything
yeah, I'm sure.
anti-gay
I'm
or anything
sure.
like that. So
Oh yeah,
that's really, yeah, that was what they
yeah.
were worried about. That
Oh,
was
dude,
a look of
my
concern.
parents, they love the gays. Um, but yeah. Anyway, we're not going to talk too much about the whole jujitsu thing today. Um, Chris, do you believe in ghosts? It's a
Mm.
yes or no question.
I believe in demons,
It's a
not so
serious.
much ghosts.
Okay, well, what's the difference?
A demon is I guess a demon is actually just comes up from the underworld or hell, whatever you believe in, that is down there at the core of the earth, and
Mm-hmm.
or the cosmics. They come up and then they're just bad, evil beings. But ghosts, I don't know. I feel like maybe ghosts are kind of real. Like someone's spirit could linger. Maybe that's a thing.
Okay,
So do
so
you
you're
believe in
saying a
ghosts? You obviously
demon.
you believe
Oh, dude, I believe in
demon.
ghosts 100%.
Yeah, demons are sent straight from hell. I think if there are
Okay.
ghosts, I think ghosts have just part of someone's spirit, part of someone's soul has somehow lingered here on this earth, and I guess that's what I
Okay.
believe, man.
Okay. Okay. Well, I believe in ghosts 100%. Maybe there are more demons out there than ghosts. I don't know. But I have been haunted, and not only have I been haunted, I have been whipped by a ghost. Now I know.
Like in a sensual way, or
No,
was it?
no, no. This was not in a sexual way at all. This was in a get off my
Mm,
lawn, you stupid college kid way.
that was you.
I
That
know. I
was you
know.
like 30 years ago. Like in another life, that was you.
In another life, yeah.
Yeah.
So for the ones at home, I'm sure there's going to be tons of people thinking that this story is complete bullshit. But I'm
It
not
is.
making this up. This is, dude, this is 100% real. I swear on everything. This is it's as real as it gets. And anyone out there that was with me that day, if you guys want to leave a comment or two on the post or on the video on YouTube after we get this uploaded, please go ahead because this is 100% real. So there I was, 18 years old. I was in college. I went to college parties for 1 year at the University of West Alabama, and that's in, if you don't know where that's at, it's in Livingston, which is
No
in
one knows where
Sumter
that's at.
County. Nobody knows where that's at. It's like 45 minutes south
I don't know
of
where that's
T-Town.
at.
Yeah, well, I just told you. So it's in Sumter County, and Sumter County is like notorious for hauntings, ghost stories. So, like as soon as I got to college, keep in mind, like this is a small college, small town vibe for sure. I started hearing stories about, what everyone at the time called the McCanville House, right? So one night, I've probably been in college for a month, 2 months, something like that. Me and a couple buddies. It was actually five of us. I remember that because we were all crammed into a little Honda Civic. And anyway, so we all decided to go out one night around 12ish in the morning, something like that, and go check out the McCampbell house, right? We'd heard all kind of stories about people going out there and they go check the house out, and when they go to get back in the car, either it's locked, they can't get back in, they're stranded, or they go to crank it up and the battery's dead. Crazy kind of stuff like that, right? And the house was like way down this dirt road, like pretty much away from anything. Like it was way out in the woods. And I mean, I guess at the time I don't know if I believed in ghosts or not, but I do remember. I mean, I was hyped up on this, right? Like we're having a good time. But I remember going out there, and the closer we sort of got to it, just getting like this uneasy feeling, just like this feeling that I don't know. I can't really describe it. I'm not good with words, but it was an uneasy feeling, right? So
Did you feel like you were
five
going
of
to
us.
like have to take a shit, or what was the uneasy
No,
feeling?
no, no. I did that before we
I
left,
was
so
about to say you
I
could.
did
I
not
was about
have
to
to
say
go to
if
the
you
restroom.
could have like just ate something bad, and that was the
No,
cause.
no, and
No,
just so people know, I was not drunk. I was not on any type of druggery. I maybe had a beer, but that's it. Nothing crazy. So anyway, we're driving, 5 of us, this little Honda Civic, and finally we pull up to the house. Now, the house, it's like an old plantation style house, right? And I I could be way wrong on this. This is just a story that was told to me. But the story that was told to me
I thought
was
you were there.
that
Oh, okay. The house, about the house. I'm about to say,
I
you
mean, I
just
was
asked, you said you were there. Okay, but the story about the house was told to you.
I'm about to tell you where the ghost came from. So
Okay.
the story was that um it was an old plantation home, and that a slave fell in love with the owner's daughter, and the slave owner found out about it, and I guess that he had hung the slave, and then the slave's daughter hung herself when she found out about that. I don't know. That could be completely bullshit. That's just what I heard. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, so we pull up to the house, and dude, we're like way out in the woods. It's late at night. There's no lights. There's no cars. It's just us. This house is completely. The weird thing is, like, it's abandoned, but it's kept up. Like, there was a, like, what would you call it? Like a caretaker, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone kept up the house, but they could not sell the house, right? So we pull up to it. It's the conversations went from exciting to now everything's kind of quiet. We're not cracking jokes, bullshitting anymore. We're kind of like, oh, dang, we're here. We've all got this uneasy feeling. So we get out of the car, and the driveway up to this house is pretty long. Like, it's probably 75, 100 yards, something like that. And it's a gravel driveway, but you can see all the way to the front door. Big white house. So 5 of us in a line, we start walking almost as if we're holding hands. We weren't holding hands, but sort of imagine that. Like, we're walking and slow, like we're going super slow.
Why did you need to feel the need to say that you guys weren't holding hands?
we weren't holding hands. If anyone was curious, we were not holding hands.
That makes us think that you're holding hands.
We weren't, I swear. If you want to think,
you're like, this is 100% true, I swear. You say, like, you reiterate that like 6 times. It's 100% true. No, guys, I swear. And they're like, we get out of the car, we're all walking together. I mean, not holding hands, but we're together. It just, and then you say that. It's just, the story keeps getting.
Look, I promise we weren't holding hands. But we're walking.
Okay. Why so many?
We're walking very
slow.
Go ahead. We're walking very slow. And dude, there's a lot of stars out, so you could kind of see, it was full moon, I think. So you could see a little bit. And we're walking, and next thing I know, one of my buddies, he just says, stop. And so we all at once stop. And next thing I know, out of nowhere, a tiny rock comes out of the sky and lands 5 yards in front of us. So as soon as that happens, we freak out.
Did it look like an acorn? Was it like in the shape and color of an acorn?
No, dude, it came out of nowhere. Like, we saw it coming, and it landed right in front of us, and we took off. And when this happened, we took off running back to the car. Like, we immediately bolted. We didn't even get anywhere close to the front door. When we turn to run back to the car, that one rock turns into it's like a hailstorm of rocks now. I don't know how many rocks. Like, literally, like, is a hailstorm of rocks are coming at us. And like I said, we finally get back to the car, and there's 5 of us, and I was in the back seat, and I sure enough wasn't going to be right in the middle. So a buddy of mine had to like stop and let him get in the back seat first. So I'm the last one to get in the car, and I'm freaking out. We're all freaking out. And right before I can get into the back seat, I feel a sharp pain in my back. Swear to God, this is entirely true. Every bit of it. I feel a sharp pain. So in my mind, I'm thinking that I've been hit by a rock. I was hit by a rock. It was a sharp pain. Like, it hurt. It hurt. It felt like a bee sting. So we get back in the car, we haul butt, we're flying back to campus. And we're like, oh my God, that was crazy. I can't believe we just got haunted. And I'm just like, yeah, guys, I got hit by a rock and it really hurt. Once we got up the road and, far enough away from the house to where we felt like we were safe, we stopped and they pulled up my shirt and it was like a long whelp down my back. Like, it wasn't a mark that a rock would have left. So that's why I think I was whipped by a ghost. Because it wasn't a rock. There's no way a rock could have left like that type of a wound,
Yeah. It was a wound? Did it
I mean,
penetrate
it
the
was
skin?
a whelp. What was a whelp?
Gotcha.
It hurt.
Well, yeah.
Because I didn't think a ghost could hurt you.
Did it hurt, but like kind of feel good at the same time?
No, dude, it hurt. It was scary. It was super. I mean, dude, it was very scary.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't think a ghost could hurt you.
I want to believe you. Yeah, I mean, well, dude, maybe it was a demon. Who knows?
I swear. I'm telling you, man. I swear. The whole story is 100% accurate. So yeah, ghosts are real.
I mean, he's told us that like 10 times now. So, you believe what you want to believe about that. Because I think that maybe a squirrel or something was in the tree, shook some acorns down, and y'all are like holding hands, and y'all. I mean, excuse me, you're not, but you get startled, and y'all run back to the truck or skip, and when you get back to the car, yeah, I mean, were you shirtless when this happened, or did you have a shirt on?
No,
for you to get that.
We were fully clothed. No, we were fully clothed. I told you, I pulled up my shirt once we got up the road and we could stop.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So you just don't listen.
Well, that's Zach's ghost story. I don't really have any ghost stories. I don't believe that one has ever encountered me. I will tell you, and you can look this up. I've been walking past streetlights, and it's been kind of freaking me out. And I'll walk past a streetlight, and sometimes it'll flicker or it'll turn off. And that really wigged me out so bad the other day that I took off running back to my house when it happened, because it happened 3 times in a row. And another thing's been happening, and you can look, and it's a real thing. Some people have like more electricity or like in their body or something like that. I'm not a scientist, but you can go look it up for yourself. It is real. But yeah, shocking news. This just in: Chris Winnie, not scientist, but that's a real thing. And every time I get my watch fixed, I've had this nice little Citizen watch for a while. Every time I'm going out to a wedding, somewhere like that, I like to pop the thing on, but it always stays broken. For job interviews, same thing. I mean, it's just there for looks. And every time I get it fixed, within a matter of a couple wears, it doesn't work anymore. And apparently that's a symptom of having too much electricity in your body. Or not too much, but that's just what your body carries. Point being, I guess I'm just electric, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
See, I think that's bullshit.
You can actually look that up. That's actually true. But a ghost whipping and ghost rock throwing, you think they were trying to stone you guys?
So, okay. So I'm glad that you said that, because a family friend has a theory that was actually Sasquatch. Because apparently,
this only happens in redneck places. This only happens in redneck places. You're like, yeah, man, we put up this plantation home. Used to have some slaves. We go there, and one of them cracked me with their whip. Had been the slave owner, but my buddy, he thinks it could have been Bigfoot. So this only happens in like I've never went up north to Michigan to visit family and then being like, hey boy, don't you walk down that road. That road's haunted. Nobody. That's never once happened up north. Maybe there's some haunted places up north. I feel like that's just a southern, and it always, the place in our hometown, they have a story too about Crybaby Bridge.
You can look that up. Bridge. Dude, I have a story about that too.
Drove by that bridge. I drove by that bridge every day to work for about 6 months, and I never once had a baby footprints come out and make
Okay.
stamps across my windshield.
Dude, that
But you
happened to
did.
me.
You did. Yeah.
I swear. I've been haunted 2 times in my life. I swear. Now the Bigfoot theory, I don't believe that. I think that the family friend had a little bit too much to drink, and I don't believe that. But maybe he's a little crazy, a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I don't believe that story. But I truly 100% believe that I was whipped by a ghost.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, but do you truly think that a baby ran across your car? What do you think happened at Crybaby
Yeah,
Bridge?
I do. So let's backtrack. It was me and 2 other buddies. One night, it was cold. We were going. I mean, we didn't have anything to do, so we were like, "Hey, let's go. Let's drive out to Crybaby Bridge." We've heard that, I guess the story behind that was that a woman threw her baby off the bridge, and if you go by the bridge, you can hear the baby cry, right? So we drove there and we parked.
It was also like a
Right.
slave plantation there. Like it also goes back to that.
Does it really?
Yeah, yeah. It's like no. It's
Okay.
very similar story to the one you just told, and that's why I just wondered to the validity of these ghost stories. They all revolve around
Dude.
like old plantation and slave homes. So the story goes something like very similar to what he already said about the previous ghost story, where there were some slaves there, and there was a slave there who was accused of killing two of the slave owner's daughters. But yeah, there's been speculation, I guess, or rumors. Who knows? I mean, this shit might not have even happened at all. But it was what Zach said. The woman actually killed the babies for some reason. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, but it's
Well,
again goes back to that.
I don't know I don't know anything about the story. I don't know anything. I can't deny nor confirm the how the ghost got there from my first ghost story. All I can validate, is that a word? Validate?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Validate is, but go ahead with your
Valid.
story.
Okay, there we go. I didn't finish college.
You
So
don't have to tell us that, buddy.
yeah. So we drove out there, right? It's cold, and the only reason I'm reminding you that it's cold is because for whatever reason it was so cold we wanted to leave the vehicle on when we parked. So we were going to park and walk across the bridge to see if we could hear the baby. We parked, left the vehicle running, so it started to fog up from the inside. We didn't hear anything. We didn't hear any baby screams or anything like that. So we go back to the car. We're like, yeah, this is BS. Ghosts aren't real. Whatever. We get back in the car, and as we go to drive off, we notice baby footprints across the front windshield, and we freak out. We almost got the truck stuck as we were driving off. I mean, they were like perfectly imperfect baby footprints.
Yeah. Well,
So
and I've showed up to your house right after this occasion, and you pull up and you're like, look at the footprints, and there were no footprints on the car. But you guys can believe that bullshit if you want. You can believe that bullshit if you want. But yeah, exactly. The story is not true. You come out with it now. After wasting 7 minutes of our viewers' time, you say the story isn't true.
Both stories are true. I promise.
Okay. Speaking of bullshit, let's give a shout out to one of our sponsors, No Bullshit, No BS. It's a nut butter. It's made with almond, egg, and half a date. It's delicious.
Really? Doesn't sound good.
It's very good. While we're at it, would you like to give a shout out to your soap? You have a soap fetish, and you have some soap there.
The stat got higher.
Shout out?
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Dr. Squatch soap. It's the best soap on the market.
Sorry, we got a new soap in that is better. It's called Big River Ancient Clay. Earthy soap.
No. Dude. Dude, there's no
Just
way.
the smell
There's
takes
no
you
way.
back to a primal. The smell alone takes you back to a primal time. Get in touch, get in tune, and get clean with Big River Ancient Clay. Sorry about that, Zach.
Dude, I'm telling you, Dr. Squatch, just try it. It's the best soap you can possibly buy. They have the best scents. Pine
Big
tar,
River, the best soap you've ever had in your entire life. Ancient Clay. Get in touch, get in tune, and get clean. Get primal with Big River Ancient Clay.
I don't know, man. I think you're just a hater, and I think you're just jealous that I have more bars of soap than you.
Listen, Zach has an obsession with this brand. He generously gave me a bar of this soap, and I want you to ask me how many. Ask me now, Zach. How many days did it take before that soap turned into a moldy bar? Go ahead. Say, Chris, how many days did that soap take to mold?
Dude, I don't. For one, you had that one bar of soap for like a month, so I don't know how much you're actually bathing, because one bar of soap will last me about 2 weeks.
I rotate between bars because I like different smells.
Okay, well, maybe you shouldn't leave this soap just out in a highly moldy environment. Okay, like maybe that's your issue, but the soap itself is literally the best soap you can get on the market. It's all natural. It has the best scent.
Did you say all natural?
It's all natural.
Big River Ancient Clay, all natural, earthy soap.
That soap sucks ass, dude. That soap sucks.
You've never tried it. Look at this. We're gonna do an unboxing.
No, I've tried it. Dude.
This is some ASMR. I'm unboxing the soap. You can hear it sliding out of the package. You can when you open it, you can almost smell it. It's a big bar of soap. It says this on the front, which I'm not sure what that means. Adama Minerals. Smells good, but
that sucks. Okay, so let me read this. So this is made from natural oils, no harsh chemicals, something about a cold process, and sustainably sourced. So it's literally, the soap is stopping global warming, making you smell good. And
global warming, is that a myth?
So
Chicks
it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. Chicks do dig it.
Let's see here.
Chicks are definitely all into the global warming.
100% clay and vegetable base. This is, of course, Big River I'm speaking about. Let me turn it upright. Big River. And Big River is made with Montmorillonite clay or Conwa, shea butter, coconut oil, white amber fragrance, grapeseed essential oil, olive essential oil, and green tea essential oil. So you can hear right away all of the natural ingredients, and everything in this is pretty primal. It's vegan, gluten-free, no animal testing, so you don't have to worry about them testing their products on your little furry animals. So, Zach, is the Sasquatch, what is it called? Bigfoot soap? Is that free of animal testing? Do they test on poor little fragile animals that can't defend themselves? You tell me.
Nah, dude.
Is it anywhere on the packaging? Put it up to the computer screen. You can see right here. If I put it up to the screen, it says, here, well, hold on. Let me get it.
Let me see.
No animal testing. No animal testing. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, you're sure of it.
Let me see.
So are you meaning to tell me that?
Okay. Oh, no. Okay, let me read this. It says, this is the doc's notes from Dr. Squatch. Ingredients. I can barely read, by the way. Saponified oils of olive, sustainable palm, coconut, shea butter, orange essential oil, natural fragrance, pine tar, pine essential oil, oatmeal sand, activated charcoal, cooling clay.
You want sand in your soap? You want to feel all grainy when you get out of the bath?
That depends on what you want. This soap is a heavy grit. They have some soaps that are not a heavy grit. They have heavy grit, no grit, medium grit, zero grit, light grit. Depends on what you
Zero
want.
grit. Ugh, who's bathing with that? It can't get nothing off of you. But speaking of grits, what if they made soap brands with like Southern names? Like this one's called Grit. Smells just like your grandma's grits. You got bacon and eggs.
Well,
You got
I
you got
think
Mama's sweet tea.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
I would try some sweet tea soap. So
Write that down.
Dukes, I think it's
Write
called
that down. We're
Dukes.
gonna start it.
Write that down. Yeah, I think the soap's called Dukes. They make it's like a giant bar, like it's huge, and they make like Budweiser flavored soap, like
Yeah, I've
some
seen
crazy
that.
stuff
Yeah,
kind of like
Dukes.
that.
You
Yeah,
got like bourbon.
Bush
Yeah.
Light
I mean,
flavored soap.
if you want to
I
smell
tried
like
it; it sucks
whiskey or
ass. But
beer, it's not that good. I mean, some of their soaps are
if you
good. I don't get any of the. I mean, but you get what you pay for. I mean, it's on the label. You're gonna smell like beer. You're gonna smell like whiskey. Why would you? Who wants to smell like that?
you're
So you
gonna
can get pulled over and then get breathalyzed? No one wants. No one's got the time for that shit. You got things to do, places to go.
so
You bought a whiskey soap and you didn't expect to smell like whiskey.
I didn't buy any whiskey soap. I
You
only
bought
used
the
Dr.
Budweiser
Squatch.
kind.
No, I didn't. I
No, but
just
you
saw it in the
tried
store.
Dukes previously. So what kind? You said it sucks.
Oh
So
yeah,
what kind
no,
did
it
you
was
try?
I can't remember. It was like a basic flavor or
Basic flavor. You
fragrance.
ate
Not a
this soap.
flavor. Don't eat it.
This is what's
It was
wrong with
something
Zach.
basic.
He
It
ate
wasn't.
glue and soap, and he believes in ghosts and
Yeah.
Bigfoot. This is Zach's problem. You're listening to Big Cheese and the Greyhound, which could easily divulge into nothing but redneck mythological creatures and topics. So um,
Yeah.
that's what this podcast is going to be about from here on out.
Yeah.
But
Nah, but it was a base like it wasn't anything like I can't remember the fragrance of the soap, but
yeah,
it just didn't it wasn't the best soap. Like you used it after a week of using the soap, it's a giant bar, right? So after a week of it, it just didn't.
yeah.
It's like it didn't have a smell to it. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Speaking
Then
of
I tried Dr.
smells,
Squatch and
someone who likes to
speaking of
apparently rumored to enjoy smelling others is none other than our commander in chief, Joseph
oh,
R. Biden. And the R is for retirement. Wheezy, baby.
hey
But
man, that's our commander in chief.
that's the commander in chief.
That's
And
my
he fell
boss.
off of
He's my
of a
boss.
bicycle. I believe it was yesterday, the 18th, maybe it was the 17th, but he fell off his bicycle. And I think at a certain point,
Have you
just
ever
have
fell
to
off a
ask.
bicycle?
When I was a toddler. I'm sure I did,
Okay.
but not in not actually fell to the ground like a toddler. And certain stages in your life you have when you're first born and when you're really old, right? You come into the world and you wear diapers, you leave the world and you wear diapers. And I think that time is just nearing. I mean, you got all the signs of someone who is not all there, doesn't know what he's saying, doesn't know what he's doing, can't. If you have you watched the video of him falling off the bike?
Yeah. I've also
like
watched a video of you falling off your skateboard. So
that's a lot
what's the
different, Zach.
difference? He
That's
fell
a
off his
lot
bike. You
different.
fell off your skateboard.
Big difference. If
Wow.
Joe tried to step on the skateboard, even just step on it, he'd break his leg, and probably it ended badly. So he falls. He stops his bicycle. He goes to stop it, and he just forgets to put his leg down, and just stops and tumples over. Doesn't put his leg down.
I don't think that's what happened though.
That is what happened.
I don't think he forgot to put his foot down.
Well,
Okay,
okay, then
fell. He just fell.
Well, I mean, that's the mechanical cause of why he fell. I mean, if you have to, when you stop, you can't just. It's not a, it's not a 4-wheeled vehicle. You've got to stabilize it, and you got to, put at least one foot down and then when you get ready to go again, you hop on the bike and you go again. But yeah, so that happened, and He says the inflation isn't
okay.
all that bad. He's fine. Yeah. No one's.
Yeah.
There's more jobs now than there's ever been. Inflation isn't all that bad. We all got was it 7 cents on a hot dog we saved this 4th of July?
That is correct. You don't like hot dogs? I love hot dogs.
Whether that's true about the hot dogs or not, everything else is skyrocketing. And, the gas is insane. The chicken, the beef, everything's insane. And, 3 million cattle just died in the U.S., supposedly. It wasn't 3 million, but it was a lot. It was
Dude,
a shit ton of cattle
It
somewhere.
was hot, man. It was very hot.
But it didn't kill the chickens or any other livestock.
I guess the chickens, they were in a coop, maybe. I don't know.
An air-conditioned coop?
I don't know. Perhaps.
Because I got family that has chicken coops, and of course I do, right? I'm in Alabama, and I have these.
Right, yeah, you're from Alabama.
Yeah, of course I do. Why would I even need to explain to someone that my family has chicken coops? But my family got some chicken coops, and they're definitely not air-conditioned. So,
Chris, are you telling me that you have them poor chickens out there in the heat with no AC?
It's not me. It's distant relatives. It's not me.
And you're not doing anything to help them chickens.
They let the chickens out every day for recess. It's kind of like a chicken school. So it's a chicken re-education program, and what they do is they just kind of it's very similar to George Orwell's Animal Farm, where that they communicate with the chickens and they're able to speak to them, and they're able to educate them as to why they should be kept under the farmer's care. Also, I believe my cousin, I'm not sure what they are to me, but I know they're related. And I know because my dad said my dad said I couldn't kiss them, but he wouldn't blame me. That's what he said. No, but
yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's kind of how they're doing it. So they're being really nice to the chickens. They're teaching them how to read, write, and do basic math. Maybe a little bit of indoctrination, but
yeah. Well, as long as they're taken care of, you don't want PETA or any other animal rights group getting all.
Who's Peter?
Getting all upset. PETA.
PETA.
I got a skeeter on my PETA. Hey, you know what time it is, Chris? It's time.
What time is that, Zach?
For the Greyhound dad joke of the week. Are you ready for this?
Oh, Jesus.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay.
He insists on this, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How do you row a canoe full of puppies with a doggy paddle? That's pretty funny.
What website do you go to get these?
I just think them up in my head.
We know that's not true. But moving on. So we did have good UFC card this past weekend. We'll wrap it up a little bit with that. Calvin Cater, Cowboy and Lauzon didn't happen. Lauzon had a knee issue.
Whoa.
Wow.
I see you trying to skip over this, the elephant in the room. If you watched episode 1 of Big Cheese and the Greyhound, you would know that Mr. Chris Swinney did not get a single, not even one, not a single pick right. And your boy,
oh my God,
Zac, the Greyhound, went undefeated.
Did I not say Yanez? Or was he not on the main card then?
No.
Yanez, yeah.
No, he was on the main card, but we picked 3 fights. One of them didn't happen, and the other 2 you were wrong. I even gave you an underdog, and the underdog won. So,
well, Cater. Many people think Cater won that fight for starters.
It was. I mean, dude, it's not like a robbery. Like it. A lot of people thought Emmett won the fight. Like it was a good fight.
Yeah,
it was a great fight.
close fight.
I told you,
Gator
Emmett's got
probably
that thumper,
took it,
dude.
But,
Well, I would say that too if I picked Cater and I was wrong, but
Holland, impressive win.
I picked Holland.
Dars. Yeah, we know you don't. We're recapping. You don't have to just keep going on. You won,
dude. I even picked the round, dude. I picked the round.
You see how if you watched the last podcast, finish. You heard me talk about how Zach likes to quote Conor McGregor and kind of. He's like, I picked the round. Zach's in here like, I picked the round. I knew he would get it done in 2. Like, you see what I'm talking about? I dealt with that shit on a more extreme level for like 2 solid years. But yeah, you got that one right, and he took it home, and that was a really impressive win with the Dars. Looks like he's better all around. I want to see him at 170. I think him and Nate Diaz would be an interesting matchup. Well, I mean, he was also at middleweight. I mean, I want to see him stay.
Oh, yeah. Well, his last 2 fights have been at welterweight, and he's got 2 wins. So,
if you're going to keep your eye on anybody, keep your eye on Adrian Yanez at bantamweight. That guy's an assassin.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. I like
that dude a lot. I think he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he might be. So we're not going to pick fights for this upcoming UFC card, mainly because it's kind of a snoozer. Not to say the fights won't be good, just, I mean, there's not really a ton to get your blood flowing this weekend, in my opinion. Although I do want to shout out one. I want to shout out one fight because there's one fight that I am super interested in, and that's the Neil Magny fight. So he's fighting, and I'm probably going to butcher this name. Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Oh, you already know he's going to win. Don't tune into that.
Dude, no, seriously though, this guy
Russians are going to start taking over.
He's not Russian.
Rakhmonov.
He looks. He's not. It's Rakhmonov. Again, I could be saying that wrong.
Rakhmonov. All right.
He definitely looks a little Asian-y, for sure. But so he's had, this is his second UFC fight. His first fight was a super big finish. So he is a guy, dude, I'm telling you, might be like the next big contender. I could be wrong, but he was super impressive in his debut. Super impressive. Now, Neil Magny's a dog, but if you want to put money on someone that you feel like it's going to be a for sure thing, I feel like Rakhmonov he's a good guy to put your money on because he, like I said, dude, I think he's the next big thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you heard it here first.
Rakhmonov. All right.
Rakhmonov. Other than that, we've got obviously the fight companion coming up, UFC 276. That's in
fight
2
week,
weeks. Baby. Yeah, July 2nd. So yeah, we'll be having a fight companion for that. That'll be our first live podcast. We also have, again, I'm going to put more information out on this, but we're about to do a run on some Big Cheese and Greyhound shirts. So again, just kind of keep an eye on our Instagram. That's probably the best place to keep
buy
up
the
information
merch.
Like
feed
that.
me, feed us.
Yeah, we're starving.
Times
we will
tough.
go hungry if you don't buy our t-shirts.
The service industry, no one's working anymore. Buy the t-shirts so we can afford the meat to put on the table.
Please, our kids are hungry. Please,
Daddy's hungry.
Daddy's hungry.
All right.
So that, keep an eye out for the t-shirts. Follow us on Instagram. Like this video and subscribe.
We may have some fighters on next week. Still talking to those guys, and we're going to come down with a good time. Hopefully Sunday of next week, we'll be interviewing and talking with a couple fighters, local fighters in the area. I won't name names right now since it's not completely final, but our plan is to have some one guy will tell you where he fights, just because it's not finalized. He fights in Island Fights. He is a champion in Island Fights, And the other guy, a good friend, part of his story, is supposed to be coming on the podcast as well. And he just had his debut in Bare Knuckle FC. So, if you're not aware of what Bare Knuckle FC is, bare knuckle fighting, bare knuckle boxing, no kicks, anything like that, elbows. It's strictly boxing. And this guy got into it with the sole intention of bare knuckle boxing, bare knuckle fighting championship. He doesn't really. That's his goal. He doesn't really want to get that much involved with MMA, as much as I understand. Maybe we'll hear something different when we speak to him. And the other guy we're gonna have on is a champion with Island Fights and talented boxer as well. So hopefully we'll see those guys on and get that finalized. But so look forward to that
regardless.
week.
Regardless, next week will be our first podcast where we're actually together. So that'll be a little exciting. I know you've missed me.
So I missed you, buddy.
Don't worry, Daddy's coming home.
Yeah, we're gonna have another fighter on, hopefully, for the Fight Companion. That's still in the works as well. But we want to get one of our own kind of for that. So stay tuned. Still trying to finalize things. Everybody's got life schedules. Most people. Another thing worth mentioning: if you don't know much about local MMA, amateur MMA. Just professional MMA as well. MMA in general, all these guys have their own day jobs, so you have to fit around their schedules as well as it pertains to their jobs.
Yep.
Zach and I have day jobs, so we got to work around that.
Day jobs. We have OnlyFans, so podcasts, so we stay busy.
I do have a foot page for those interested in that. Your secret's safe with us, but yeah, man, it's exciting things coming up. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. So just stay tuned and stay cheesy,